I am a Christian, but each time I pray, I get distracted. I immediately start thinking about so many random things that I end up forgetting that I was praying in the first place. What should I do? Hello beautiful people and welcome. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a topic I titled The Voice of Distraction. The Voice of Distraction. Distraction is the process of diverting the attention of an individual from their desired area of focus. It prevents people from concentrating or giving their full attention to what they are doing. We live in a world where everybody is busy with their career, their businesses, their family life, and with the state of affairs in the country right now, everybody is trying to double up their hustle so that they can actually survive. So our mind is busy doing a lot of calculations, making and cross-checking our to-do list in order for our days to be organized. Most times, after a busy day, we come home to relax, but somehow our mind is still preoccupied that when we finally kneel down to pray, we get lost in the middle of the prayer. And for minutes or even hours, we forget that we were praying and our mind wanders off to start thinking about so many random things that may or may not be important. Some of us even fall asleep in the process, while the others remember at some point that, oh, I was praying, and they quickly go back to their prayer. The voice of distraction has constantly attacked our prayer life and rendered us helpless that we struggle every day to pray in the midst of the voices speaking inside our head. So how do we silence the noise? How do we silence this voice of distraction that is constantly filling our minds with random things, especially when we are praying? Today, we are going to be looking at strategies that can help us silence this voice of distraction in our mind and help us to remain focused while praying. The first strategy to silencing the voice of distraction in our minds while praying is to schedule a prayer time. Schedule a prayer time. It is wise for one to schedule a time of prayer that after the tussle and bustle of the day, you create a time where you can meet with God in prayer. A lot of us call it different names. Some call it quiet time, while others call it war room. But the idea is that this particular time is the time where I develop intimacy with God. Mark 1:35 tells us that very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up from his house and went to a solitary place to pray. If Jesus can have a prayer time, so should you. So you can schedule a time when you are free from distractions, and you can even pick a location where you can be free to express yourself, and that can be your place of prayer. The second strategy for silencing the voice of distraction in our mind is to prepare for prayer. Prepare for prayer. A lot of us get distracted in prayer because we don't really know what to pray about. All we know is that we want to pray. So we spend our time in prayer scouting around for topics or issues to pray about. So, in a bid to find out those topics, our mind wanders off to those events that necessitated for those topics to become issues. It is wise, therefore, for us to prepare for prayer, a process where we write out the issues that we want to address with God in prayer, clearly specifying our intention concerning those issues. This will help us to focus on the matter and in our prayer with God, and will minimize the possibility of us being distracted. The third strategy is to start our prayer with worship. Start your prayer with worship. Worship is an expression of reverence and adoration to God. The most effective and easiest way to worship God is through songs. It is wise for us to offer songs of worship to God because it sets the atmosphere and helps to bring out the presence of God to dwell with us. Offering songs of worship to God also helps one to free their mind and heart from the distractions of life and helps them to focus completely to the Almighty God. If you don't have the ability to sing worship songs, maybe you find it hard to remember songs, you can always find a collection of worship songs and put it in your phone. That way you can play it and sing along with those songs, and this can help you focus your mind to your Maker. The first strategy is to vocalize your prayers. Vocalize your prayers. A lot of distractions come up as a result of us trying to pray in our minds. Because the mind is already noisy, a lot of signals and thoughts can easily sway our mind away from our prayers. So it is wise for us to vocalize our prayers. Vocalizing our prayers does not mean shouting and making noise. On the contrary, it is the ability for us to use our words to express ourselves in communicating with God. This helps you to focus on the issue that you are addressing and not wander away in your thoughts. The fifth strategy is your posture. Your posture. This is the position in which someone holds their body. People usually fall asleep or get distracted whenever they are lying down or kneeling down to pray. If you find out that your posture while praying usually aids to your distraction, it is wise that you find another posture during prayers. Even though our engagements and activities of life can be very challenging and sometimes overwhelming, we as Christians must learn how to live above the noise. Knowing fully well that our essence of life is far above situations and circumstances, let us therefore cultivate the habit of silencing the voice of distraction in our lives and seek the Lord, for in Him we live, we move, and have our very being. If you made it to the end of this video, kindly like, share, and subscribe for more soul-lifting videos. Thank you so much for watching and have a blessed day. Bye.